I welcome you all students. Currently we are understanding classes, and in the previous class we understood about certain classes like subordinate clause, relative clause. Now in today's class we are going to understand about restrictive and non-restrictive clauses. So let's understand what are these and how these are used in a sentence. So firstly we will talk about the restrictive clause. A restrictive clause actually limits the meaning of the noun that precedes it. It can work like the adjective clause also, because it describes the noun that precedes it. And we can also say that it is also like a relative clause, because it gives you information about some other subject which is a part of another clause. So let's understand. A restrictive clause, a restrictive clause limits the meaning of a noun that precedes it. It can modify the meaning. It can modify the meaning of the noun preceding it in an essential way. A restrictive clause modifies the meaning of the noun that precedes it in an essential way. So we can say this clause cannot be removed from the sentence. If you remove it from the sentence, then it will change the meaning of the sentence. A restrictive clause cannot be removed from the sentence, as its removal will change the meaning. Will change the meaning of the sentence. So I hope you have understood. Now the next thing is that these clauses are also, we are talking about currently restrictive clause. Both the clauses are called relative clauses also, because they relate, they give you information about some subject. Okay, they give you they relate something regarding the subject of another clause, so they are also called relative clauses. And as they describe the noun that precedes it, so they are also called adjective clauses. Okay, so here we can say, currently we are talking about restrictive clause. A restrictive clause is also called an essential clause. See the example. The astronaut who stepped first on the moon was Neil Armstrong. So the astronaut who first stepped on the moon. This is the restrictive clause. If you try to remove it, then it will change the meaning. For example, the astronaut was Neil Armstrong, so it will change the meaning. So this underlined part of the sentence is the example of restrictive clause. So I hope you have understood what is a restrictive clause. Now we will understand about non-restrictive clause. So before we proceed further, let's have a relook. A restrictive clause limits the meaning of a noun that precedes it. It can relate to the subject of another clause. That's why it is called a relative clause also. And as it describes the noun that precedes it, it is also called as adjective clause. And it happens in both these clauses. Both these clauses are also called adjective clauses and relative clauses also. Okay. So this is the example. It cannot be removed. If you remove it, it changes the meaning of the sentence. So these are non-removable. You can easily understand the astronaut who stepped first on the moon was Neil Armstrong. So if you remove it, then it will change the meaning. Okay, so let's understand non-restrictive clauses. Which are non-restrictive clauses? A non-restrictive clause, as literally it simply means that it is non-restrictive. Here the meaning of the noun is non-restrictive, or we can say it gives you extra information. So this extra information is also called the bonus information. We will talk about the non-restrictive clauses now. Non-restrictive clauses. Non-restrictive clauses. A non-restrictive clause. A non-restrictive clause provides bonus information. Bonus information about the noun preceding it, which can be removed easily, without changing the meaning, the meaning of the sentence. See the example. Ram, who graduated from university, is an accomplished singer. So here you can see that who graduated from university, this is the non-restrictive clause, and if you remove it, then there would be no change in the meaning, because this is the extra information that you are getting. So we can say non-restrictive clauses are those clauses which provide you some extra information regarding the noun. Non-restrictive clauses are also called relative clauses. They are also called Adjective clauses. Why? Because here they are relating to some other subject of other class. Okay, they provide you information regarding the subject of some other class, so they are called relative clauses also, and they are called adjective clauses because they describe the noun also. And if you remove it from the sentence, then there will be no no change in the meaning of the sentence. Now let's see one more example. Ravi, who bought a car today, is your neighbor. Is your Ravi, who bought a car today, is your neighbor. So here you can see this is the extra information. You can easily remove it without changing the meaning of the sentence. So I hope you have understood the difference between non-restrictive clauses and restrictive clauses. So in the next class we will understand about the difference between that and which, because sometimes we get confused when to use that and when to use which. So I hope you have understood the difference between restrictive and non-restrictive clauses in a very clear way. So before I end the class, if you are a regular student, then you recommend the channel, and if you are a new student, then you subscribe the channel. If you are regular, then you recommend the channel to your friends. Okay, thank you, keep watching.